Hello everyone, I'm James Roberts. Welcome to my channel where we discuss the creative process inside and out. And in this video, we're going to talk about how at the core of my creativity, I'm a writer. That or I just need to be doing more writing. One or the other. Less work. Hey y'all. So for those of you who have been with me on this journey, this YouTube adventure for any length of time, you know that primarily I have identified as a performer, actor, singer, dancer, all of those wonderful, lovely things. But I have always written things for myself when I think about it. Even when I go back to college, when I first started performing, and we would have these variety show sort of evenings and everyone would kind of just put up whatever. And I would always do these monologues that I had written for myself. So that was always a little seedling up here, but it rarely found a way out. Especially once I got to New York, and it's very much, you know, you pick your lane, you stay in your lane, you focus, you kind of razor sharp into what you want to do and where you need to be and what needs to happen to get you there. You also see very few people who are successfully in multiple lanes. And I think that is also by design by the industry to a certain extent. Very few people. We see very few people very successful in multiple lanes, but that's a different video. So all of these, these are my notebooks. This is pretty much every thought that has crossed my mind that I thought to write down since 2005. They're all here, all of them, every last one of them. So I've been writing, but I've never actually embraced the label of writer. I've taken on songwriter. I'll say I'm a songwriter. I've written enough songs at this point. When I get down to it and I think about what I want to do right now in terms of making work, writing is a huge part of it. So even if I don't embrace that label of like James the writer, I need to be writing more. With label or not, I need to be writing more because I want to perform my own work, writing my solo show, writing. I had started doing a bit more stand-up and storytelling prior to the pandemic, writing those jokes, writing those stories, even outlining these YouTube videos. This video isn't 100% word for word scripted, as you probably can tell. But it is outlined. There is thought that goes into it, and you know, the structure of it is outlined, and part of outlining is writing. And even when I post the content that I make onto the various social media platforms, those captions, you know, you think about the word caption, you want to kind of capture someone's attention or capture the feeling of what was happening in this particular content. That takes some writing skill, even if it's just brief. You know, if you don't want to be super generic and just, you know, felt cute, might delete later. If you don't want that, you're probably gonna have to write something. And so I've been embracing that a bit more and figuring out what that means for me. So when I think about what might be actually holding me back from embracing this label of writer, first of all, I don't like labels. That's probably one of the first things that is holding me back from embracing that label. I think labels have connotations that aren't always useful, so that might be part of it. But label or not, maybe the better question is this: what is holding me back, not from taking on the label of writer, but what is holding me back from actually doing the action of writing and doing it more? And I think the answer is, you know, you don't have to dig too deep. It's fear. It's fear that things won't be interesting. It's fear that no one's gonna care what you have to say. And you know what? Let's just be honest. It's very possible that no one will care. But I think there is a lot to be said for enjoying a process. And if the process is bringing you joy, and even if the product, the end result, brings you joy, and maybe a part of getting to that end result or getting to that finished thing involves writing, and maybe that's not your favorite part, you have to kind of prioritize what the end result is, knowing that that's going to give you joy. And hopefully the writing, at least for me, can be seen as just a piece of that, a necessary piece of that needs to get done. But hopefully, and in time, I will find a little bit more joy in it. But let's just be real. The blank page, that white screen just staring at you, it's daunting at times. It's daunting to think that you can fill that with something that other people want to pay attention to. And I think part of what, I don't want to say I fall back on, or what is less scary about songwriting to me, is because you still have melodies, you still have chords, you still have what your voice sounds like. I think mine is fine. You know, people have their own judgments about that. But once again, that's another video. But I think you have those things to kind of bolster you, and like, these chords in this order is at least appealing to the ears. This melody combined on top of this chord structure is at least, you know, interesting or appealing to the ears. The lyrics may need work, but you know, this is something that I can at least say, oh, that's nice. But when it's just the words, I don't have that. That is a level of insecurity that is often paralyzes me. And maybe it doesn't need to be that way anymore. This is how I've kind of come to this place where, yeah, I'm going to be embracing the part of me that just has to write, that just has to make it a habit every day of writing something. And we'll see what comes. Thank you everyone for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, share, leave a little comment below. Let me know if there are pieces of your creativity that maybe you've been hesitant to embrace and lean into. I would love to know that I am not the only one out here struggling and figuring things out. So yeah, have a wonderful day, everyone.